Yeah. So we asked to control after 85. Don't allow anybody inside so the speaker can get inside. Resource person can get
We will
inside
follow that.
after. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Actually, students from Gonzaga College, they got connected through interactive rooms. So they are all together in a room. They'll be listening. That's it.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Good to see quite many AICUF advisors. Welcome. Yes, thank you. Thank you. You can start now, maybe.
Over to Sister Sangeeta. Thank you.
Oh. Good afternoon, everyone. A warm welcome to everyone present here on this national webinar on empowerment of women. I'm Angel, today's host. I would like to thank the organization for giving me this opportunity. There are so many different reasons to be happy. One is that you are a woman or are surrounded by some wonderful women. A very happy Women's Day to all the wonderful women out there, and warm greetings to all others who are here to cheer the women in their life. We have an achiever from different fields amongst us to motivate us and celebrate the spirit of womanhood. On this occasion of the International Women's Day, we begin our webinar with a prayer. Now, I would like to invite the choir to lead us into God's presence.
Everything I am, everything I'll be, I give it to you, Lord, and do it thankfully, thankfully. Every song I sing, every praise I bring, everything I'll do is a gift to you. Every song I sing, every praise I bring, everything I'll do is a gift to you. Everything I have, all you've given me, I give it to you, Lord, and do it thankfully, thankfully. Every song I sing, every praise I bring, everything I'll do is a gift to you, is a gift to you.
Lord, your loving Father, as we are celebrating the International Women's Day, we pray for women around the world. May your Spirit reveal to women their value and purpose. We pray that women would respect each other and support one another. We pray that none of us would be of comparison, jealousy, strife with another, hate, or any other issue of disunity. Give us courage to speak and work for gender equality and social justice. Amen.
Thank you, sister. Small cheer and great welcome makes a merry feast. Now, I would like to call upon Sister Niveta to welcome the gathering.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcoming heart is the parent of all virtues. As It is the sign of noble souls. I am extremely overwhelmed to get this opportunity to welcome you all on this International Women's Day celebration. First of all, I welcome the Almighty God and our midst. Born of humble origin, she grows to be the companion of poor and downtrodden. She sacrificed all material pleasure and living like a saint, fighting for justice over 40 years in the country. Yes, now I am at peak joy to respectfully and cordially welcome the resource person of today's program, our beloved ma'am Meta Patkar, Indian social activist, the inspiration and the role model for all Indian women. Hearty welcome, dear ma'am. I extend my warm welcome to Professor Julia, Department of Physics, Loyola College, Chennai, as a speaker for today's webinar. Hearty welcome, ma'am. It is my great pleasure to welcome our Reverend Father Dr. Jesu Benjamin S.J., AICUF National Advisor on this special occasion. Father, you are a successful person with full of energy. We are happy to have your presence. Welcome, Father. Our wings of support, our pillar of strength, and our constant source of motivation. It is none other than our beloved sister, Dr. Anthony Maria Jansi, FSAG, AICUF National Women Commission Coordinator and Secretary of St. Joseph College, Salem. With a cheerful heart, I welcome you, sister. With immense heart, I offer the most affable welcome to all dignitaries, fathers, sisters, all the AICUF state advisors, AICUFers, students, and all the participants to this program. Once again, I welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sister, for your words of welcome. Serving the society is the foremost principle in her agenda. She is a great motivator, has inspired many women, girls, to be a role model to others. I am very happy to invite our beloved sister, Dr. A. Anthony Maria Jansi, FSAG, AICUF Women Commission Coordinator and Secretary of St. Joseph College, Salem, to greet the gathering.
She is a dreamer, a believer, she is a doer, she is an achiever. Good afternoon, all who are joined in this forum to celebrate National Women's Day. Dear respected eminent speakers of the day, Meta Patkar, the environmental activist, and the renowned speaker of this day, and Professor Julie,
Reverend Father Dr. Jesu Benjamin, the National AICUF Advisor, all the state advisors, principals of different colleges, especially Joseph College, City, Salem, and Gonzaga College, Krishnagiri, and all the members of AICUF National Women Commission. Without women, the world without women is nothing.
women play the most important roles in building and balancing any society.
From working at home to working in the office, women shape the future of any society or country. Every year, this International Women's Day is celebrated on March 8 to commemorate the efforts and achievements of women in every field. This special day aims at celebrating womanhood and promoting strategies to protect basic rights of women across the globe. On this special occasion, my heartwarming wishes to you all, women and young AICUFers, on behalf of AICUF's National Women Commission. On this International Women's Day, I would like to applaud you, the new generation of young women, for your courage in speaking out, inspiring others, and mobilizing your voice for a more sustainable tomorrow. As we celebrate the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women from all around the world, the day also focuses on a call to action for accelerating gender parity and setting agendas and goals in achieving these targets. Events, talks, awareness campaigns are also organized to achieve this goal. Gender inequality and discrimination are rampant in our societies, and most of the time, to fight these gender biases and to bring attention to issues such as gender equality, reproductive rights, and violence and abuse against women, internationally celebrated to raise awareness and bring about change in the society. This day marks the importance of why women should be treated equally without any bias or prejudice. So Women's Day is commemorated to honor women of ages and races in the world where they can live freely and up to their own dreams and terms. Women have always been suppressed by some kind of that has restricted their choices and freedom. But as times are passing, women are rising up to their potential and taking steps to ensure they have the means and choices and do whatever they want. Unfortunately, the opportunities of the digital revolution also a risk of perpetuating existing gender inequality. Inequalities are becoming increasingly evident in the context of digital skills and access to technologies, with being left behind as a result of this digital divide. The need for inclusive and transformative technology and digital education is therefore or the you see. You are perfect in every move you do. Every stroke you, every bite you take, every one empower another and consider equity to achieve in every aspect, including innovation and technology for gender equality. Happy Women's Day to all of you here, and thanks for the opportunity created and given to me by the National AICUF Advisor for the JSU Women and Forum. Thank God you all.
Thank you, sister, for your words of appreciation and motivation. A truly good person will speak truth, act with truth, and stand for truth. He has always been an inspiration for many youths. It's my immense pleasure to invite Reverend Father Dr. Benjamin S.J., AICUF National Advisor.
Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Am I audible?
Yes, Father. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. First of all, at the very outset, I wish all the participating, all the ICUFers, and everyone as a happy and a meaningful Women's Day. Along with that, I also congratulate and thank St. Joseph's Arts and Science College, Pagalpatti, and also St. Joseph's College of Gonzaga, and all Sister Chancy, the ICUF Women National Coordinator, and all the team members, Sister Sankita, and all the members. Wonderful initiative and really wonderful thing today. We made it this as a meaningful for the students. Secondly, as also we will maybe wait for 1 or 2 minutes before the ma'am Medaji will give us her message from the airport. Actually, she is at present entering into the airport. She will talk to us. And the third, we have know, and every year we are having this as a International Women's Day on 8th March. It is mainly to show certain, as the world human society has evolved and developed over the years and centuries, we have not fully grown in gender equality and what we call social consciousness. So this will in a way gives us opportunity to show our solidarity with our fellow sisters, our own mothers, our own aunts and relatives, the women who are equal. When we say human beings, both men and women together, we make a human society. It's not one side. Therefore, it is a sign that we all of us together we show our solidarity. We stand with our fellow sisters and mothers in their struggles, in their fight against for their due rights and due place, and they also have contributed wonderfully to the development of human society all over the world and development of the nations in different parts of the world. And therefore this is a occasion where we can show solidarity, join voices with the people around the world and shout our message of for equal rights loud and clear, that women's rights are human rights. Women's rights are human rights. Women are human beings. That women do have certainly a place as equal as men. Together, as a human, we grow, and together we make a better human society a better place to live and relate to one another. Therefore, being a man or being a woman, we celebrate. We celebrate the life given to each one of us by God, and that is whether we are men or women or both are creation of God. Therefore, we celebrate, we accept the dignity and honor of each human and particularly each woman, and we respect and love women folk. In all their diversities, they are wonderful people. They are the wonderful daughters. They are the wonderful sisters. They are the wonderful, what we call wives, are wonderful mother, nurturing mother, outstanding friends, and they do every field of work. And as we know today, as 8th March, the International Women's Day, the theme the UN was as World Health Organization has chosen is very nice. Digit all, digital, but they are putting it digit all. That is innovation and technology for gender equality. That is the theme of this year's International Women's Day. So in a way, it gives us the role of innovative technology in promoting gender equality and meeting the health and developmental needs of human being, and particularly the women and the girls. And we know today we ourselves are using this technology now. We are having this wonderful platform and of Google meeting or Zoom meeting, all this. It is an innovation of technology which has given us this power that we are gathered together, even though we are spread in different parts of the country, but we are together in through this medium of technology. We can use this technology more constructively and creatively to bring gender equality. That is our duty and our responsibility for all of us ICUFers. How we can use this technology and science and innovation and bring this social gap, to narrow down this gap, and so that we can bring equality between men and women, bring equality between among women itself, and bring a better society. This is our, in a way, challenge for us as ICUFers, how we can play our role in doing this. And therefore, today, as I'm happy and I feel privileged to be part of this wonderful event and showing our solidarity, giving our respect and love to our fellow women folk, sisters, brothers, and what we call mothers, and wonderful all women folk who are contributing in their own way to the first, starting with themselves, to the families, to the neighboring neighborhood, and to the village community where you belong, and to the at large to the society. You are doing wonderfully well, and I wish every woman folk who are here a happy and healthy and a meaningful Women's Day. Let this really instill our fire within us, ignite fire within us, that we continue to grow as human body, as together, men and women as a society, fighting for our rights, raising our voices, that we are we are not in any way less than any other human being. We, the women, the girls are equal. The girls have equal talents and abilities to contribute to the development of the society and to the world, and protect the nature, protect the humanity itself. So therefore, with this message, I wish every one of you all the best, and we hope to hear from our Madam Medaji soon, and wish you all the best. And thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. And thanks a lot. God bless all of us. Yes.
Thank you, Father, for your inaugural address and guidance. Now, I invite Sister Rashmi, FSAG, Assistant Professor of St. Joseph College, Salem, to introduce the speaker.
Wait, maybe 1 minute. As Madam joined.
Thank you, Father, for your inaugural address and guidance. Now, Angel, just wait. When Father says to, yeah,
Just
wait for some time. Yeah, yes,
just
Father.
see whether whether she has joined or not.
Yeah, yes, Father.
She has joined. Has she joined?
Angel, over to Angel. Sister Glita? Glita?
Yes. Hello? What is that? Signed, ah? Okay, okay. Yeah, I am calling Olia. Just to hold on, please wait.
What else? You can
Am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
you are.
Okay, okay. I'll keep my video off. Hope you're able to listen to me. Hope you're able to hear me. Is it okay?
Sure. Yes.
Yes, Father.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone, and a happy Women's Day to everyone gathered here in this virtual meet. Father Benjamin, the National Advisor, Sister Jansi, the Women's Commission Coordinator and the Convener, and all women students and everyone else, all the guests who have gathered here. A happy Women's Day to each one of you. And I think we all observe Women's Day every year on March 8th. Yes. And what is the significance of the Women's Day? Do we actually know the significance of the Women's Day? That's one question that I want to raise before I uh, begin. I have one or two quick responses so that I can go ahead? What is the significance of the Women's Day, International Women's Day we observe every year?
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Sanjana from Maharashtra AICUF unit. I'd like to
Okay.
state one reason regarding the reason of Women's Day.
Okay.
When Russian Revolution was happened, Lenin from the Bolshevik, he fought for the peace and bread with the slogan "Peace and bread." It is for the equal rights of men and women. So when they fought with this revolution, it was done on the day of February 28th. But in the Georgian calendar, it was noted as March 8th, which we celebrate as Women's Day. It
Okay,
was
you're
one of
giving
the
me the
reasons.
history of Women's Day. Thank you, Sanjana. And
Right.
it was a very nice way of putting about how
Thank you.
the women's participation in the Russian Revolution was recorded.
Thank you.
Probably the dates were marked wrongly. It's a historical record that we're talking about. Maybe the
Yes.
question that I put forward is something about the significance of Women's Day. We celebrate Women's Day. We observe Women's Day every year on March 8th. But do we really know the meaning of observing Women's Day, especially as educated women, as students, as probably people in educational institutions? Do we really know the meaning of this day? That is a question that I just want to raise before we actually talk about various things. All right, probably as educated women, as educated youngsters, we have a lot more to role to play. Today, in one of my classes, students wished me a happy Women's Day. So the moment they wished me, we immediately I said thank you, and then the immediate response was a lot of messages. Most of us wishing each other. Most of us got a lot of messages on Women's Day, right? Is that right? Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, and we remember a lot of women today and we wish them and all that. But the moment the day is over, I said it's not about respecting, it's not about wishing women today alone. I think we need to respect and honor women every day in our life. That's very important. That adds more meaning to observing Women's Day or talking about their rights and equality. Going beyond women, I think we need to talk about the other gender also. We're talking about gender rights these days. It's not about women alone. It's talking about gender rights, gender equality, and all that. So it's today we wish women, and tomorrow morning you start abusing them. You start talking about them, or you hit them, or all that. There is no meaning in celebrating Women's Day or observing Women's Day. So the real meaning lies in probably treating them and respecting them uh, with honor and dignity every day. So to understand that we are half of the humanity, that as educators and as students in different campuses, I think we need to instill this value that we are half of the humanity and we have equal rights, and we need to treat everyone equally. We should be treated equally and we should treat everyone equally also. So that is one thing that we should need to make create that awareness and instill that value also in our campuses. That's one thing that I wanted to put forth. And knowing about women in the different fields, different sectors. All right, as ICUFers, we have a role to create awareness in our campuses. All right, the role of educated women. I think we are talking about not only creating awareness on social issues. I think we need to be aware of environmental issues also. A lot of things are happening, and if you look at the environmental activists and all that, we have a lot of women who are protecting, who are saving Mother Nature and protecting. Environmental crisis is something. The climate change is something that we should be aware of. Social issues are on one side. I think ecology and environment play an important role where we should be able to raise voice for environmental issues also as educated women. We need to create more awareness on climate change and protecting probably our own environment, our own surroundings. We find a lot of probably mining, a lot of other things which will affect our environment. There are other issues connected to environment that we should raise our voice against. Every state, every place, we have some environmental issue or the other. So I think we should be aware of all that. That is one thing that I wanted to stress today. Probably we heard of an old woman who actually went around planting trees and was given an award. Anyone is aware of this person's name? It can be either from our country or from anywhere else. Do you know a woman's name? She was even given awards. She was honored. Just a guess. Can you hear me? I'm just doubtful whether I'm heard.
Yes, we hear.
Yes. So just one or two quick answers, at least some names. We have a lot of tribal women who have been protecting the rights of wind, protecting environment, protecting the trees. Lot of movements. Have you heard of the Chipko movement? Probably you should read about how women, and it's not about being educated alone. It's being more critical in our thinking, and whether literate or illiterate. A lot of women have been in the forefront, protecting and fighting against various issues. A lot of things that are happening in our country. So let us be more aware of what is happening in our surrounding, what is happening in our society, in our country especially. And it's about being standing together and fighting for the issues. A lot of times we are divided on various fronts. Probably we're divided on the basis of religion, caste, community, language, and all that. But as ICUFers, I think we should come together uh, to stand for a cause together. Whether it is an incident that happens to a 7-year-old girl in Kashmir, or you find a 50-year-old lady in Kanyakumari, I think as ICUFers, we should come together and um, put our voices together, not only on social media. A lot of times we are techno savvy. We are all technology, good at technology, but we should make use of this technology for voicing out for the voiceless people. There are a number of people, women out there, who cannot speak for themselves. So let us speak for the women who cannot speak for themselves. Let us speak for probably the trees and plants which cannot speak for themselves. Let us probably raise our voice against a lot of violence that we see on an everyday basis. I think it's about reflecting on all this, and just putting it on social media alone will not help us. We can spread the news through social media, but then it will be nice if we can also report this. We can bring it out in a wider media where people are aware of this. And in our own small groups, in our own places where we are, we can create awareness on all these issues in our units, in our campuses, in our institutions. So any, even a small event that happens anywhere else, the ICUFers should be connected and spread this. Make sure that everyone is aware of law, all these things that are happening in our country, and in the different units and all that. And as educated women, I think we have a lot more role to play in molding people who do not have access to education also. So we can play a role in probably the informal education, or educating the underprivileged, who do not have equal access to education. So we must create opportunities. We can become entrepreneurs. We can become have a startup, have create more apps. So we are good at technology and social media. Maybe it is time that we make use of this technology and social media and do something for the underprivileged women, underprivileged children, and people from the grassroots level, people who do not have the access to whatever we have right now. So that's one thing that I wanted to tell uh, on Women's Day. So let us simply not celebrate Women's Day today alone. Let us observe Women's Day, treat them equally every day, treat them with dignity. Not only the women, all genders. All right, let us treat each one with honor and dignity and celebrate probably women and womanhood every day of our life. That is what I wanted to tell you. You have any questions or anything that you want to ask me, or you want to probably say something to what I have added? We have a lot of ICUFers, women ICUFers were in a very prominent position in our own country, in our institutions.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, yes.
Can we start like this only?
In
Because
in Google.
Meet, I'm not able to open up. Hello?
Okay, okay. I'll just hold on. I will ask the. Can you?
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Welcome. Welcome to Mehraji. So all participants, we are glad to have Mehraji with us. Amidst she is very tight schedule, and amidst that she has
I should not have
able to log in.
this.
Yeah. So please welcome. Over to you, madam. You can address us. They already gave a welcome and introduction about you. And,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you.
So should I start now because I
Yes,
have
please start, madam. Please.
Zindabad to all of you who are great workers, I'm sure, belonging to ICUF. And I'm in a very difficult situation, and network was not working, and so on and so forth. But online lectures. Sorry. So I'm under flight, unfortunately. It rarely happens this way. I really salute you all for your work and your commitment to the women's development. I won't say it is women's empowerment, because what is necessary is empowerment of men, the empowerment of the society at large. We all know that women play a great role in not just giving birth, but rearing a generation. And that is to be based on the value framework, which is of the constitutional values, but also human values and human rights. And when that is our goal and our vision, it's very essential that women get the due space and due respect in social, economic, political fora and also processes. Is that happening in India today? No doubt, over the last 75 years, there is progress. Women have received education, and salute to Savitri Bai Phule, for getting women into the educational sector. Otherwise, we would not have been able to talk and communicate with each other. But Savitri Bai Phule also worked with Fatima Sheikh. That kind of unity is really missing today. But women who are the mothers certainly cannot ever accept any kind of discrimination, and a united women's force can certainly make a lot of difference. That force is necessary today to bring in the change. What kind of change will you like to have? It's the women's vision, which is that of basic fundamental rights to be fulfilled in the case of every voter citizen. I call it voter citizen because when they are voters, they are citizens. But even the non-voters whose names are deleted deliberately, as it is happening now, and also those who do not know how to get into the voting list or how can they pay money, which is the corruption that is taking place even in the election commission's offices. We have realized this, and that's why our role is to make everyone voter. But those on the footpath, those in the slums, without even a proper shelter, and of course, no education, can not achieve this so easily. The point is that every citizen who is born in India and who has the basic needs not yet fulfilled is certainly have to be in front of our eyes. We see today that the Article 47, which promises nutritious food to every citizen and makes the state understand that it is its duty, although it is a directive principle, the state is duty bound to follow every directive principle. But is nutritious food available to every citizen? 80 crore, not less than 80 crore of our population has had to depend on the 5 kg rice and grains, not just during lockdown, but even otherwise, when they do not even get the sufficient amount of the food. How can those who do not even get minimum wages survive? We therefore have to demand the full and fair compliance with the Right to Food Act of 2013, and every citizen has to get 15 kg of grain with dal or pulses, and also the gas cylinders not affordable, so kerosene wherever it is necessary. And how can this not be possible? Why? It is in the godowns of Adani's and private godowns, not only in Food Corporation of India's godown. And now the Food Corporation of India's godowns are likely to be closed. And that is what the employees and officials were complaining to me during lockdown. But how can we accept this? We cannot. We know that there is huge corruption even in paying rent to the private corporates godowns, where it is unnecessarily stored, while the state can certainly increase the number of godowns, increase all the security of the food storage, without which 10% of the grain in the godowns, government godowns, is eaten up by the rats. It is so shameful for us, and hence the hungry population really has to fight the battle, and women can be the best assessor of this kind of situation where the people are hungry, and we cannot get it only through courts, but we have to really organize those sections of populations and assert our right and compel the state to go down. But it is not just hunger, it is land, water, forest, all the natural resources which really fulfill all basic needs, not only of the Adivasi, the tribal population, but also the rural population, that is under attack. And this assault is on the life and livelihood. While the right to life has to include right to livelihood also. And there are a number of judgments which have considered this and appreciated this broader vision and broader definition of right to life, interpretation of right to life. But friends, we know that women are still without
Maybe the flight has taken off, I think. Sister Sangeeta?
Yes, Father.
Yeah, maybe her flight is already on the move. I think she is not able to give. The line is cut. So you
Okay,
can,
Father.
yeah.
Shall I call Sister Gilta to moderate then?
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, so I think flight is taken off. I think she is back home. Yeah, tell them to conduct the other things.
Father, good evening, Father. If the speakers are not there, how can I post the questions or else how can I do the moderation?
You can have the inter discussion among ourselves, if, taking some points from what they spoke. Yeah, ma'am, yes.
Oh, already madam is online.
Yes, ma'am, yeah.
Yes.
Your voice is not heard, ma'am. I think
Right.
you.
sorry,
Muted.
sorry.
Yeah, now
When
okay.
this basic need fulfillment is not no more a criterion of development, and development symbols are changing. It is the women who have to really fight for the rights, and women's rights are human rights. So when the women take the lead, we have seen that the organizations, social organizations, people's organizations really makes a huge impact. Why? Because women are uh, having special qualities of perseverance. Women have the special qualities of creativity, and their idiom to convey the problems, the issues, the demands, and the dreams is also very, very different than the men. In the present patriarchal society, when they do not get the adequate space, it is the separate organizations of women belonging to various sections that only can take the lead and they can win the battles. We have experienced this in the struggle in Narmada Valley. Without women, we would not have gained all that we have over last 37 years. So I really appeal to you that women's entrepreneurship, women's assertion of their right for cleanliness, for toilets, for water, everything in the urban slums, and women's right also to get the due place and respect in the local self-governments is a must. I'm saying local self-governments because the development of our vision can be achieved only if it is decentralized. Democracy can be saved only if it is decentralized. Nothing happens in the parliaments and assemblies today, and hence we have to have our own fora at the smallest community level. This kind of community organization where women can take the lead, will certainly be sensitive to saving land, water, forest, nature, saving people, and also towards the value framework of equity and justice. Now, that value framework is also deliberately broken, crushed, and is crumbling because of the politics around casteism and communalism. And that also is making women suffer. See the example of Hathras, where a Dalit, landless young lady who whose family was given a few bighas of land by the Uttar Pradesh then government in Uttar Pradesh was raped and killed. Now 4 were accused, and just a few days back 3 are acquitted, which is absolutely a wrong judgment. Although one is given life imprisonment, we know that the government, when we went there for fact finding, was very, very supportive of the accused, and their caste organization had come to felicitate the rapists. Now this is happening. Bilkis Banu's example you all know very well, because she is again done absolute inhuman injustice because she is a Muslim woman. But we as women have to go beyond caste, creed, religion. And when the attacks are taking place on the Christians, on the Muslims, where that kind of fundamentalist politics is really assuring some parties to gain votes based on those, we have to build an alternative people's politics. We have to reach out to the village and gullies and every community in the rural and urban areas, in the hills and hillocks. And there we can really work out the development paradigm and the development plans with women and of course men and youngsters. We will not leave them out, but the women's vision, which is a feminist ecological vision, can also help us to build a sustainable and just development, for which the land, water, forest will not be allowed to be encroached upon or looted by the corporates based on only the monetary investment, which is one kind of capital. But the natural resource and human resource capital needs to be really at the forefront, and that is indispensable. When women understand this, I'm sure that changing the development paradigm against corporatization, against, of course, we are also using on the flight which belongs to a corporate company. We are not denying all space to them. We are not objecting to any and every kind of industrialization. But what are the products? What are the need fulfilling, goods and services that can be taken up by the community and the state, instead of selling out the public sector industries to the corporates, and then their games and scandals are now exposed one after another. But women must have courage and confidence to say this and say that we will build a self-reliant community and self-reliant society. Today in our politics there is so much of role played by money and market and machine and mafia. That politics also needs to be challenged. How can we save our constitution, which is likely to be changed because there is a petition already filed by the fundamentalist party affiliated persons who want secularism and socialism, the two not just words but values, to be removed from the preamble of the constitution. But the whole of the constitution, through which Baba Saheb and Constituent Assembly has offered us equity and justice based many principles, we have to insist on compliance of those. One especially is Article 39C, which is against any kind of economy that really helps the maximum possible property wealth in India to be accumulated in the hands of a few. And this is exactly what is happening, and hence questioning every economic policy, economic decisions, the budgets, which this year has reduced the budget for agriculture by thousands of crores, reduced the budget for employment guarantee Manrega scheme by thousands of crores, and instead they are really spending and allocating money for unnecessary and unprioritized projects like building a new parliament house, so many highways and flyovers, especially reaching out to temples, not to the churches and mosques, and also spending 3,500 crores on one single statue in the Narmada Valley, and so many such things. I need not really describe that to you all, but my point is that we must take a position on all these things. And while we are working at the grassroots, mass root level, not grassroots level, with the communities, we have to really educate socially, politically, and economically all the people we work with. And amongst them, if women take the forefront, women can really raise all serious issues which are peripheralized and sidelined deliberately. One of those is also of liquor, alcoholism. This nasha is something, the addiction is something that is killing women, that is leading to the atrocities against women, and also spoiling the next generation when we visit and hear how the youths are also now become addicts of drugs and not just liquor. So, my dear friends, I hope you all will realize that our vision has to be that which will consider every day as Women's Day, and every day as Human Rights Day. And hence, in defense of human rights, if we have to fight, we know that we may have to be jailed and get behind the bars and whatnot. All false accusations to allegations we have to really bear, but we must stand with truth, and we must stand with non-violence. And women are the ones who can stop violence that is spreading and being spread deliberately in this country. And that's why this Women's Day is a very, very important day. I can't tell you what is happening today and tomorrow with me. Some politicians and corporate employees who had attacked me about 20 years back in the Sabarmati ashram have become the great leaders, and they are asking themselves to be excused from the criminal case which now I have to fight against. So this kind of legal processes and actions which are today politicized, and we have to therefore not just have faith in laws, but have faith in constitution, and also all the United Nations covenants, including the human rights charters, and the most of all, we have to have faith in ourselves and consider women as the real change agents in the present kind of situation, which is assaulting democracy, assaulting constitution, assaulting human rights and human values in India today. The international forces have also played and are playing a great role. Their money is changing the laws, the labor laws. 29 out of 44 national union laws, central laws, are going to be repealed soon, and the 4-week laws are going to be imposed. Although the 3 farm laws which were in favor of corporatization are repealed because of the farmers' movement, the Bill Gates Foundation and corporates have given entry into the agriculture, right from the land records to many other aspects of agriculture. But the minimum support price also is not granted. Women as farmers, women as fish workers, women as cattle grazers, women as Adivasi women who live on the forest produce, all are farmers, and therefore those women need to get organized. The so-called unorganized sector women who are not unorganized but who are unprotected also need to get organized. Unorganized sector workers form 95% of our working class. So it's a solid Mahila Shakti that can take up all these issues. And hence, I think even the fathers and brothers, I would appeal that really encourage the women's force to come up as the most changing and transforming force for the future India, for our idea of India. Thank you so much. I'm sorry I will have to end this dialogue. I'm extremely sorry for all this thing, but my schedule for today is very unprecedentedly tight. Can I withdraw, Father?
Thank you, madam. It is a really wonderful message that
Thank you.
is not only a human right day. Every day has to be a women's day. Every day has to be a human rights day, and women have to come forefront to take the society forward. And you have given a wonderful message. Thank you so much, in spite of your busy schedule, and then you really
Thanks to all
made
the
it.
sisters.
Surely we'll meet
They have always
sometime in the
been with
later
us.
also. Surely, thank you so
On
much,
the
madam.
March 20th, we have a big Kisan Mahapanchayat. Do join us in Delhi at the Jantar Mantar, the Parliament Street. And we also have a national convention on land, water, forest, the development paradigm in the valley of Narmada on the 1st and 2nd of April. I welcome all of you who have taken up these issues in your own respective work and sector. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We wish
We
you all
are
the
with
best.
your community, which is also facing attacks which are brutal, which are inhuman, which are undemocratic, which are unconstitutional. So, salute to you all for bearing this and continuing your work. Thank you so much, Mother.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Wish you all the
Good
very
evening.
best for your yes.
Good evening, ma'am. Sorry to interrupt. Before you could disconnect, we wish to have a photograph with you. I invite all the participants to turn on your videos so that we can have a photo with her. It's a great memory to all of us.
Sorry.
Yes.
Nice to see you all.
Yes.
Veta, Felix, Greta ji, thank you.
Geeta, yes.
Angels.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Father.
Thank you. Thank you. You can, in case anybody can talk, interact, you can do among ourselves. Somebody can. Sister Sumangali.
Yes, Father. Good evening once again. Good evening to everyone who got connected through this webinar. And really, it's been great to hear from all of both the speakers that both of them have given us a great motivation. Actually, women are the great force, and that too a transforming force for the society actually. Because women has greatest qualities like perseverance, creativity, courage to take forward all their dreams forward. So even the first speaker, she introduced the significance of the day, and she developed the talk with what are the things that we need to fight for. And she also pointed out very well that the equality and equality of women and environment sustainability we must fight for. And we must become as we are all connected as an ICUFers, we must fight for the voiceless, and we must raise the voice for the voiceless, like that she pointed out. And also madam has very well pointed out, women must become a real force for the change of the society. And she also invited us to have a critical thinking on the schemes and all the budgets and so on. And she has pointed out very important terms like self-reliant community and so on. So I wish some of us can post their questions so that we can have an interactive session with at least all of us. We can share our insights and we can get clarified of our doubts. or else even if anybody has any special insight on Women's Day or anything, we are welcoming you all to share on the forum.
I was also listening to what Megachi was talking about, and I was really thinking, like she was telling Mahila Shakti, women as. Am I audible? Hello?
Speak little louder.
Okay. I was listening to what Medaji was talking about. So she was very much telling about, in spite of all the atrocities that are done against the constitution, done against, the values of the society, but the women could come together and women can become, the Mahila Shakti. And I was reflecting, even in our state of Tamil Nadu, if you see, we have this constituency, the reserved constituencies, where we have the councillors, women councillors. But what happened is, unfortunately, their husbands only are taking up. So even there also, even suppose when the uh, possibilities are given, the women are not trained to also to take up that leadership, and they are either they are not able to take it up, or they are not able to withstand because of the pressure. So I think this, as the ICUFers and other people who are really empowered, and she said it is development, and we need to give empowerment to women, men actually. So that way, we also have to train our young people, and especially the women and those who are going to take up the leadership, or to have more of that courage and to stand on their own, and that political training, that power, that what is that, what is the real the power of being a counselor, or being the decision maker. So that also I think that is very much needed. And we say that, even the representation in the country. So there are, if you say, like more than 542 members are in parliament, but we say only 78%, 78 are the women. This was one of the statistics when I read. I felt like, where are we? After 75 years, only 78 women are there in the parliament. See, not necessarily to go into the parliament, but even in our own state, if you see, only there are around nine women members are there in the assembly also. So that way, after so many years, we have only one to talk about. There is one Indira Gandhi, and there are two uh, presidents and things like that. So that way, uh, what is lacking? Like, where are we? Though there are operations and things are there, but still, the attitude towards women, the mindset of how to make them more resilient, or more empowered, and more to understand this, because even many of us are not that much aware of the constitution. The other day also we were talking with Father Benjamin, also was there. So many of our people, even our own sectors, we are not aware of the power of constitution. So I think one of the speaker in some other forum, I heard that they said the first enemy is not Christians or Muslims, or the farmers or nothing, but the first thing is, the enemy is constitution, they said. So that means the constitution, if we are now protected only under the umbrella of this constitution. Once, as ma'am is cautioning, and there is when the when a lot of rupees and when there is a change of laws and there is a change of weak laws entering into the instead of strong laws and acts, definitely we are going to be in danger. So we have, first of all, we have to see how we have to protect the constitution. That means we need to have the awareness of constitution, the constitution, the constitutional values and the rights, and how we can protect it, and how we have to update ourselves with the current reality. So it is not only that we are aware of it, but even the small children, even from the third standard, the fourth standard, and even the college going students, everybody should be at least aware of the part of this constitution to certain extent in their own level. Otherwise, I think we all have to join together to protect the constitution. Though it is the women's day, even the first person who is going to be affected is also the women if the constitution is not going to be, because it is speaking about equality. So even the today, the women's day's title also is digit all and innovation and technologies towards gender equality. But when we talk about the equality, equality is a dream according to me, because unless until we work on equity, then where we are going to talk about equality? So in which way that we are going to develop that equity, we ensure that equity, and then only we have to work on the equality that will lead to equality. So uh, in every stage, in every situation, I think there is the women have to struggle and to come up, and then they have to fight. Then only the society comes to rescue. So that kind of a thing. And now we have grown with all the difficulties. Also, women are trying to come up, and at the same time now with all the Manu and other things, we have struggles. And very recently also, now we have come into the digital world, but still there are now, the online violence and harassment is there.
Yeah, Sister Sumangali.
Oh, yes, Father. I also request other participants to share, to come on with your questions or any interaction with us. You are most welcome to share. Thank you, Sister Felix. Is it Sister Felix? I am not able
No,
to
I
get
am
you.
Sister Isabella, but I have my email ID as Felix.
Yes, thanks for
Felix.
your insightful thought. Thank you very much. Any of the participants would wish to share anything, we are most welcome. I think this is not alone today's thought for the day, and we have to reflect each and every day, and we have to work every day, and it has a long way to go. That shows this is what being expressed by your silence. Next, I ask the program coordinator to take over the session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sister, for moderating the session. When we focus on our gratitude, the tide of disappointments goes out and the tide of love rushes in. I would like to call upon Ms. Srinadi from St. Joseph College, Salem, to deliver the vote of thanks.
A warm and graceful afternoon to our honorable speakers, organizing committee, Reverend Father, sisters, dear staff, my dear friends, and everyone gathered here. It's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of those who worked really hard to make this event possible. I extend a hearty vote of thanks to our resource person, Meta Padkar, who spared her time in our busy schedule to grace the occasion. Today, we had an opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this will surely encourage us in all our future endeavors. Today, we have got a lot of information which will truly help us in our life. We have no words to offer gratitude for your valuable presence here. You gave deep insight into the topics and revealed intervention facts. Thank you, ma'am. I also want to thank our resource persons, Professor Julia, Department of English, Loyola College, Chennai, for his active participation in our event. You truly made this day a memorable one. Your deep and intellectual way of imparting knowledge has added glory to this event. Your thoughts have enlightened our minds and have shown us a new path. Thank you, ma'am. We are grateful to our Reverend Father Dr. Jesu Benjamin, S.J., AICUF National Advisor, for his words of encouragement. His able guidance has always encouraged us. I thank him for his kindness, his interest, and continued support. Thank you, Father. My heartfelt thanks to our Sister Dr. A. Anthony Maria Jansi, FSAG, AICUF Women Commission Coordinator and Secretary of St. Joseph College, Salem, who organized this program. Thank you so much, Sister, for your effort and guidance. Thank you, dear Sister. I extend my heartfelt thanks to Sister Dr. Geeta Sumangali, FSAG, Principal of Gonzaga College, Krishnagiri, for moderating the session. I must say that it was a great job done. She has done justice in moderating the session by her active participation. Yes, dear sister, it was an excellent moderation. You have seen that everyone shared their ideas and views in the session. Thank you, dear sister. Once again, I extend my sincere gratitude to all the dignitaries, fathers, sisters, state advisors, professors, AICUF students, and all the participants for your cooperation. Thank you.
Thank you, Srinidhi, for your warm words of welcome. Do you want to meet the love of your life? Look in the mirror. You are beautiful and the best version of yourself. Once again, I wish you a happy Women's Day to everyone. Thank you for spending your valuable time.
Thank you to all, everyone.
Thank you, Father.
Thank you.
Thank you, Father.
When is the next in Sanjana? When is next in your Andhra Pradesh?
Father, actually, we have organized a Women's Day program in our college today, Father.
Okay.
Not
online program.
Online program, Father. We'll just have a discussion about it with our Loyola coordinator also, and we'll organize it shortly, Father.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sister Sangeeta, Sister Sumangali, all the sisters and all the students. Thank you so much.
Father Benjamin, thank you very much.
Yes.
I also lost in the, we are in Gujarat, yet there is no, digital India is without no network at all here.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Thank you, Father. Thank you very much. Okay. Yeah.
Thanks to Sister Jansi. Thank you.